Hi there, it's Amy Sheffer here today with this week's Make It Monday challenge for Paper Tray Ink. Today I'm going to show you how to do something called dangling. Lately I've been inspired by two calligraphers in particular. I will link to them in the description box below. But one is Joanne Fink. She's a professional calligrapher and she does a lot of doodling and Zentangling related lettering that's really fantastic. She's the creator of what I guess is called Zenspirations, kind of a takeoff of Zentangling, if you're familiar with that art form. And then the other artist that also does a lot of dangling is, I may get this name wrong, but her name is Olivia Kneibler, or maybe it's Kneibler, and she does dangles off of letters like this, and they're really cute. The letters are also doodled, as well as all the dangles. Anyway, I thought it was really cute, and I wanted to see if I could recreate a similar look with stamping. And so that's what I've done with this card, and I'm going to show you today how I've done that. So the first thing that you'll need is a sentiment. I've chosen to work with Wonderful Words, Hello Minnie. I like the chunky font here for this sentiment, but by no means are you limited to that. You really could do this off of any style of sentiment, even the kind of scripty ones. It's a really playful look with lots of room for, you know, just kind of experimenting and playing. So I hope you guys have fun with this one. I'm going to show you where I got all of my little images, but basically you just go through your stamp collection and find all of the cute little geometrics and other images that can work for the dangled shapes here. I have used, let's see, from Invitation Basics. That's where I've pulled this little string bow that I've used twice here. Most of the doodle, all but this scrolly doodle, the rest of these are all hand drawn in with just a black pen, any kind of black pen. But if you're not comfortable drawing in your own lines, you can also look through your stamp sets for stamps that might have the line image, like this balloon string. You could just partially ink it and get your various lengths of strings here if that's what you prefer. So this one has both the bow and the string that you might be able to use. I used the two hearts. The two size hearts are both from Paper Clippings Love Story. Lots of hearts and lots of different stamp sets, so I'm sure you can find hearts. This one is Calligraphy Basics, and from here I have pulled, I think it's just the large circle, yeah, right here. Any of the stamp sets that have flowers are likely to also have the flower centers, which can be roped into service for something like this. The overall look is kind of like, you know, beaded and wired, so, you know, anything that kind of takes on that bead shape is a good candidate. From Miley's Splits with Love, I have pulled the triangle and this little tiny dot, which I've used in a few different places. So these little geometrics can be hiding in any kind of stamp set. So it's really fun to just kind of look through. If you wanted to add florals to your dangles, you know, you could do that with any of these little florals, the leaves and the flowers and such. I did not use any of the images from So Striking, but I did want to point out that just this particular shape of the raindrop with kind of that crystal shape to it, I think would work really well. There's 3 different shapes of those in here, plus a little trio. And then in addition, I think this trio of triangles could work really well also. So that's one to consider. So Striking, if you have that in your collection. Choose Joy has a couple of things that are usable. The star here I have used for my dangles off of my E. And then there's also 2 hearts, which would be perfect, the perfect size. And then I found this scroll from Book Cover Details, and I thought that made a really pretty scrolly dangle that kind of, you know, contrasts with all of the straight ones elsewhere. So that one's a fun one. From Erin's Craft Brew stamp set, I don't have the backer sheet on here, so they're sticking together, but I did find this long skinny triangle, solid triangle that I've used a couple different places as well. So you never know where you might find good little stamp sets that you can, stamp images that you can use. So that's that. Once I finished my stamping, I've mounted my card onto a scalloped top fold card base. This was done with the, oops, I have a white one there too. This one was done with the Noted Scalloped A2 Vertical Die Collection, this largest one in the back. You just cut the front and the back, and then you end up with that nice scalloped top fold shape. So that's that. We'll put that on at the very end. I've used a rainbow of colors here, lots of just different bright, happy colors. So you'll see those. I'll line them up here real quick and kind of see which ones I use, but it's pretty much the brights from the paper tray color palette. Let's see if they all fit on there. Yep. Okay. So these are the ones that I used. I'm going to move these off now, and we're going to get started with our stamping. I have pre-stamped the hello onto, let me get this one. I've pre-stamped hello onto white cardstock in Tropical Teal, and then I'm just going to do the stamping. So enjoy while I do all that. Okay, I think that all of the stamping is done now, and it's just a matter of adding the actual doodled dangles. So you just need a black pen for this. A couple of suggestions: the Sharpie fine point pen would work well. The microns give you a lot of control over the thickness of the line. You can get really, really fine lines with these. I have a 0.05 and a 0.01 here. And then the other thing that you can use is just kind of your general office supply Uniball gel pen. All you're going to do is just kind of connect the dots. If you want to use a ruler or you need to use a ruler, you certainly can. I do think that the hand-drawn, little bit more whimsical look is part of the charm of it. So I'm going to just doodle the lines in with my pen. I'm going to skip the stars for now, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then last one's right here. Okay, so those are all straight except for the stamped scroll one. But I also wanted to kind of show you that it can also give a really fun look if you just kind of do a little bit of overlapping squiggle lines. That helps, you know, kind of convey the whole doodled, playful, whimsical feel. So you might want to try that too. So you could stop right here. Obviously, of course, it would be fine. But a couple of other ideas if you want to kind of carry that doodled look throughout the rest of the card. You actually could doodle a frame around it. That would be really fun. On the original sample here, all I've done here is just I've taken the black pen and I've outlined the letters here. And I don't know if you can see, but I was not careful. I didn't take extra care to make sure. I kind of wanted it to have that hand-drawn effect, and so I wasn't too concerned about how straight my lines were or whether I was inside or outside the lines. And I think it just helps make it that much more playful feeling. And then I should be embarrassed to show you this, but I'm going to anyway. The little sample that I kind of put together from the very beginning, I also did some extra doodling on the letters. It doesn't look very good, but I'll show it anyway so you can get an idea of other things that you can do. Here I just added kind of some scrolly lines to the tops of the letters and the bottom of that H, and then I added a second line to the left of the H and kind of did a pattern, like a Zentangling almost pattern in there. I didn't really finish it, but that's another idea if you want to. Of course, if I was really doing this, so I'd have all my shadows on the same sides of the letters and not 3 left and 2 right, but you get the idea. It's just another fun thing that you can do if you want to make it, you know, kind of even more playful. And then last, if you want to, you can kind of outline these shapes that you've already stamped. Like you can see the star here, and it's just a real quick, almost loose, sketchy outline. If you want to double over it, it looks even more sketched. And then you can kind of, you know, put some cross hatches there and help make the whole thing look like you doodled it and then colored in your doodles. So you can kind of see it gives it an even more playful look. I added just some lines in there, and you know, you can do anything you want with it. So there you have it. Just the dangles, your sentiment outlined, and if you really want to get crazy with it, just have fun kind of adding some doodles and some shadows to your letters. So I should have finished a sample like that for real. Anyway, your challenge for the week is to add some dangles to your sentiment. And I suppose it doesn't have to be a sentiment. If you wanted to add dangles to some other shape, you could do that too. Have at it. But have fun going through your stamps this week and looking for little shapes that you can use, and get creative with your dangles. I can't wait to see what you put together with this challenge. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.